All right, so welcome to video 3, which is probably going to be in 2 parts. First off, I want to say thanks for everybody who tuned into the video from, I guess, video 2. Got way more traffic than I was expecting. For everybody who commented and liked and shared and stuff, thanks very much. That's I think that's really awesome. I even saw traffic coming in from Facebook, so I guess people shared it other places, which is cool. Last video we did a kind of first tones, like the first time I was playing through the amp, and I thought it was kind of cool to kind of record that, and you guys can watch as I kind of went through the amp and did a lot of knob turning and figuring out kind of what the settings kind of do. So I did make one mistake though. In the description for the signal chain, I said it was an 8185 EMG set, and that's not accurate. It's an 81, but it's a 60, so it's an 8160, not an 8185. I think that's it for as far as housekeeping goes. All right, so for this video, let's do a kind of an amp shootout, and what we're going to do is we're going to have a few amps. There might be a wild card in there, but we're gonna shoot it out with a clean tone, a dirty tone, and a high gain tone. Maybe 1 or 2 riffs a piece, and I want to see if we can pick out which one's the Jose and which one isn't. So I'm gonna make a poll, and I'll put links to, if I can't do it in YouTube, I'll put links to it in a comment or the description. And the labels for each amp are going to be shuffled between each sections, the clean, dirty, and high gain. So, amp A on the clean is not necessarily amp A on the dirty or the high gain. The Jose modded Marshalls kind of have this I guess kind of legend to them, I guess for lack of a better phrase to use. And I'm curious, I'm curious if we can pick that out of a lineup. Maybe we can, maybe we can't. I don't know. And I think it's an interesting experiment to do. So the amps that I've chosen are in that kind of Marshall style, so I'm not going to say which ones they are, but the only thing that I will tell you is that the Jose is among the amps. To do a poll, I'll have it timed so that it'll be up for probably about a week, and we'll see what happens at the end of that, if you guys can pick out the Jose or not. And I guess I'm not going to say what my guess is going to be. So I have a theory, but I don't know if I don't know if I should say anything. So how to take part in the poll. So I don't know if I can do it within YouTube or not. If I can, I will. If not, then I will have to go somewhere else or manage it somewhat other way. The one way that I know that I can do it is through an X post. So I'll wherever the polls are going to be, I'll make a link and put it in the description, or put it on a pinned comment or something. So but that's just going to be for, can we pick out the Jose. The other questions that I'm a little bit curious to see what you guys can pick out is that there's going to be a variety of amps. There's a variety of price ranges. There's stuff that's more expensive. There's stuff that's less expensive. And I'm curious if you guys can pick out which one's the more expensive and which one's the least. I think that's an interesting thing. I think it's probably secondary for the purpose of the video, but I'll put like a little template. If you guys want to take part in that, then great. You can just put a response to the video and tell me what you think. Yeah, I guess we can start the shootout. Okay, so now that you've heard all the amps, click the link to the poll and see if you can pick out which one is which one's the Jose. So, and there's going to be there's going to be a poll for each. A poll for the clean, a poll for the dirty, and a poll for the high gain. And let me know which one in each section you think is the most expensive or least expensive, or if you have a favorite in each section, let me know. And then if you like the video, then like it, or if you got some feedback, let me know, and I guess we'll go from there. Let's see. So next, the polls will be up for a week, and the video next week will not be the follow-up for this. It'll be the following week, because I'm going to give the polls a week to have votes come in, and then I'll upload another video, or I'll attempt to upload another video next week in between, and otherwise you'll see 3B come out as soon as it's ready. So I guess that's it. Yeah, thanks for watching and participating, and commenting or whatever, and taking part in the polls. I guess I'll catch you in the next video.